So we are here with Steven Spector, last interview for today.
All right.
Ann Gentle from Rackspace. Can you go and introduce yourself? What are you doing?
Right. So I'm Ann Gentle. I do work at Rackspace, like you said, and I like to take on the title of content stacker, which basically means that I work on the documentation for OpenStack. So docs.openstack.org, api.openstack.org. I try to maintain that and keep it going with volunteers, basically.
Okay, how can someone become a volunteer?
Right, so we have active technical contributors in OpenStack. OpenStack is open source cloud computing. So what we're doing is trying to build this massive structure of projects, and the OpenStack documentation is one of these projects where we invite people to submit a patch, just like code. So it's an interesting way of doing documentation. I'm really interested in collaborative documentation. I've been a tech writer for a lot of years now, but I've always been drawn to new methods, new techniques, new processes. So the one I'm really interested in right now is collaborative authoring, and authoring out on the social web, where people just kind of have expectations for content nowadays that you should be able to interact with it, you should be able to comment on it, and most likely you probably want to edit it too if you get the chance. So that's what we do with the OpenStack docs. They're open source all the way down to the fonts that they're published in, and anybody can contribute.
Okay, you just recently published a book. Can you tell a little bit about that?
Right, so one of the most interesting techniques that I found in open source documentation is something called a book sprint. So what you do is you gather together a group of collaborators, and we brought in a book sprint facilitator, Adam Hyde, who's been doing about 55 of these. I have participated with Adam on about 3 book sprints, and so I knew that I wanted him to facilitate because I'd seen him in a successful situation with this. So I also had this core group of people who were operating OpenStack clouds who could also write. Great combo, right? So we put together a proposal, and the OpenStack Foundation funded us to buy plane tickets for guys from Canada, Australia, both sides of the coasts, and DC, Boston, and come together in Austin, Texas. So we wrote the operations guide in 5 days as a collaborative group. It was amazing. Yeah.
All right.
Now I say 5 days, and what that really means is we had an outline going in, but that doesn't mean we stuck to that outline right away. But these guys knew each other, and we had talked a lot beforehand about what we wanted the book to be, who we wanted to write for, what we expected out of it in the end. So we really wrote for 3 days, maybe 3.5, and edited for a day and a half, and had a book. Yes.
Okay. Where can you get that book?
Right. So you go to docs.openstack.org/ops. It's the ops guide, and you can actually purchase a dead tree copy from lulu.com, and it should actually, ironically, also be out on Amazon soon.
And where can we get the signed and gentle edition?
Well, at the summit, we had a panel yesterday, and all of the authors talked about the experience, and we signed some there. But you could also hunt down any author here and get a signed edition.
So it won't be on eBay for
No.
$300-$400 anytime soon.
Yeah, but one cool story was we had a group of Chinese translators who actually took the book and had it translated to Chinese, I want to say 3 weeks after we finished the 5-day sprint. So one of our authors can actually write Mandarin characters. So we all signed the book, 5 copies of them for the translators, and he wrote in Chinese on each copy. It was cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you very much, Ann.
Yeah, thank you guys.